Record on the cloud. Okay. All right, guys, welcome to this training today. What we're going to do is accomplish, first and foremost, as I always talk about, I'm going to teach you and make sure you feel comfortable with the Zoom meeting system that we use in the business. So what I'm going to do today, LaShanya, is I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm going to make you the host. And if you would share your screen, we will now, you are currently the host. If you'll share your screen, we're going to, and pull up that email, we're going to go down through the agenda today. I want to cover some topics. And so you currently have the screen.
Okay.
Hit your share screen down at the bottom.
All right.
And we will get that done. Everybody having a good week so far?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
So far.
Very good.
Okay, can you see my screen?
I do. I see your screen. Okay, so basically what I want to do with you guys today is I want to field some questions about, first and foremost, number one, let's field some questions about our new system, the Prosperity Central. If you have questions, I want to get them down. I also want you to know that Tanya has said that feel free to email her anytime if you have questions on that system. She's become very proficient in it. I'm getting there. It's a system I hadn't used in quite a while, but I love it. So if you don't have her email address, direct email, please text me. I don't want to share it on the recording, but if you'll text me, I'll make sure that you have it and we'll get that to you. So question number one, is there any, the agenda for today, is there anything you don't understand about picking a capture page, setting up anything, your email signature? Is there anything going on that you're unclear about?
Well, for me, when I went through to, I guess to kind of set up my picture and to put, my own personal touch on it.
Right.
I got a 403 forbidden code on it. So it wouldn't let me go any further than what I was trying to do. So I wanted to ask about that.
Okay. Now, I want you to know you can also not only just go to Tanya about it, you can submit a ticket, a trouble ticket right there in your system. And they will respond to anything you have. But what I would like you to do is feel free to do both. I want you to do both. Submit a trouble ticket in your system. It should say help or assistance or whatever. And I also want you to send Tanya that because she may have an answer for it right away. They're typically pretty good in the assistance department from the system vendor, and they should get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. She may have an answer sooner than that, but if you'll go at it at both angles, that would be great.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me clearly? I apologize again for my voice, but as y'all know, I'm having some laryngitis issues. We'll get straightened out next week. But this new microphone I've got, I'm wanting to know if you can hear me clearly.
Yes, I can.
Okay, very good. All right, so anybody else? Any questions on the system, how to set it up, make sure that you're utilizing it properly?
I think I had issues trying to connect it back to my website, but that's something I need to research more offline and then I can get back to you.
Okay, connecting it to your website, all right? All right, feel free to answer. If you have a question now, are you talking about, when you got a capture page, and you should be filling out your own capture pages. Even with bogus information, you can go delete it later. You should be filling out your capture pages periodically, weekly, and looking at seeing what happens next. What do my prospects, what will they be seeing when they're filling out my capture page? And it should drop you to the landing page that should have the video section 1, which is my video that's on my website that I've given you capability or ability to have. We've uploaded it for you. And video number 2 is down below. Now this step 2 process, there's still a little concern or issue that maybe that step 2 link goes nowhere when you click on it. Now what it is, and the only way that system will allow you to do it, is if you wanted to have a separate page, a forward to another link of some other information or what have you, that's what that picture, we can't edit that. We can't do anything. That is just what they provide. So what we're considering is creating a page for you that gives some additional information. It may be a Wix web page or something else. And when they click step 1, they're watching that video, the first video about our products, etc., of me. And you can choose any video you want at any time on your website. But we've given you the video because right now your potential customers will need to know about the product packages, about what we do there, what is the cost involved, etc. And then down below, more information link, when you click that, it gives them the information about what it is our system does, what the automated tools that we use, which is basically a recap of the step 2 follow-up Q&A behind the scenes tour that I currently do. But we've given you access for that to be on your website as well. And again, the only vacancy is that step 2 there. And we're still kicking around ideas between the marketing team of what we can do to best suit you guys. Okay. Now, Shannon, is there something that you're looking differently? Now, your capture page, you're looking to link this to another page or once they've got this information? Is that what I understand? You got additional?
Yes, at one point I do want to go ahead and make my own webpage on GoDaddy and then have them cross-reference each other so that they're
right. Absolutely.
My other business stuff in the same place. Since it all kind of goes together, I want to keep it together.
Sure. We can talk further about that. I can help you to make that happen. So let's you and I plan on spending some time together next week, or actually the following week.
Yeah.
As you guys know.
You're not going to be here.
Yeah, LaShanya, this voice of mine, I've got what they call singer's voice, and it's happened to me twice before in my career. I will be getting this surgery done next week. I will need to rest the vocal cords for 5 to 7 days. So next week is my recovery time. I'm not doing anybody any good with this voice continuing to deteriorate. And so therefore I'm going to address it. I'm going to resolve it. And Lord willing, I'll be back by the following Monday. So just wanted you guys to be aware of that. Plan accordingly, schedule your calls. As Dave said a moment ago when I was talking to him, since he wasn't going to be here, I called him directly and told him what I was going to cover. He said it would be a perfect opportunity for me to jump out there without a net and start making calls to prospects and not have to be relying on you. He said, so you take care of yourself. I'm going to man up. I'm going to get out there or whatever. I'm going to have the courage to just jump out there and do it. He said, I can do this. And that's what you all should have, the courage to be able to step up and make it happen. What I do recommend, don't schedule be aware. We like to, if we're calling prospects, we like to schedule the step 2 follow-up Q&A behind the scenes tour within 48 hours of that initial conversation. Obviously, I'm going to be down for the next week, so don't book that one. If you have somebody you feel really qualified, don't book them until the following Monday. I've given several of you specific time frames that you can just book. You don't have to find out. I've given you that in my calendar so you can book it the following week, which is the week of the 16th, I believe that is. And so that's the week you need to be booking any step 2 follow-up. But don't be aware, guys, this is your business. Don't put your business on hold because I've got a medical issue I'm going to resolve. You don't ever want to do that. You need to have the courage to step up and step out. And that's what it's all about. I know you're all new right now, but here's a chance. You're going to have failures. That's part of it, guys. You're going to make mistakes when you're talking to somebody. But it is that activity of actually doing the call yourself that's going to give you the confidence, the strength, the courage to say, I got this. This is no big deal. And it's really not. It's getting over the fear of doing it that first 5, 10, 15, 20 times. And then it becomes, I remember when I first got started, guys, it was like, I've got to be at my desk. I've got to be in front of my computer. I've got to be at my landline or wherever. I've got to be in a comfortable spot. But this business is not about that. As I told you when you first looked at it, It's about running your operation anywhere, anytime, in your car, wherever you are. And the only way you can do that is to get the practice. You have to prepare, you have to do the calls, you have to practice your script. And when you do and it becomes comfortable, then it becomes fun. You can cut that tether, umbilical cord, whatever you want to call it. Did you feel like you have to be in a secure place to pick up the phone and call a prospect? That's not, it's a great liberating feeling when you can just, hey, anytime, anywhere. You jump up. I have a landline in my home office. I forward it. When I go out, I'm in my vehicle. Those landlines, the calls come there. So you're operating on the fly and enjoying life. And that's really what this business is. The sooner you get ready and prepared to do that and make it happen for yourself, the sooner it becomes less stressful. And as you prepare and get good, that's when people start following you. They're looking for that leader, as I always talk about. And that's the activity that's going to give you that courage to do so. LaShanya, what's, you have any additional questions about your Prosperity Central system?
No, not right now, I don't.
Okay. One thing I want to step in and talk about that I didn't put on this, it was kind of one of those I realized afterwards. I want you to be aware that in sales, if you've never been in sales, and let's face it, when you own a business, you're in sales. A product or service has to take place. A sale of a product or service has to take place for any revenue to be generated. So get comfortable with the process of sales. In sales, you've got to make sure that your follow-up is there. You don't want to just, I've shown you the process of the initial, especially when you're new here like this. Many of you are, which is why I'm covering the introductory basic trainings of the business. But you need to make sure the next steps of this process, when you're getting the lead, you're sending out the text, you're scheduling the first calls, we send the follow-up emails. If they're qualified, you schedule that information or schedule them to a step 2 follow-up Q&A Zoom tour. But if they didn't show or they go away, and they will, they'll drift away. People won't do what they say. You still need them to be on your drip list. You still need them to be, make sure you're entering them. If they didn't go to the capture page, go put them in yourself. Drop in and put them in, or drop them in your data, put them in your database, set them on you have to send a one-touch email to get them to agree in the system originally. If you're not using some exterior email system like a Weber, you have to get them to agree to be on your mailing list, but you need to send them an email. However, you can go and send them one email at a time at any time. And my point of this is, in sales, the follow-up is key. If people drift away, what you should be doing every day in your business is, before you walk away, you got to do your income generating activities. You have to place the ads. You have to send the text. You have to schedule the calls. You have to make the calls. You have to send the follow-up emails. You have to do the Zoom meetings. But if you're out of activities and you're not placing ads today, look at your database and see who's in there and look at the scoring. That's what I love about the database. It's showing you scoring and people that are hot, who's in there, who went to the database, when were they there. If they went to the website and drifted away, give them a call or send them an email and try to bring them back to you. Every day, the follow-up in your activity should be, I'm going to send out 10 emails to somebody every day that's already been in my system. Before you walk away from, these are your hours of operation, before you walk away from your desk or wherever you're running your business that day, you should be making 10 emails, sending 10 emails. Just copy and paste, create it once. If you have a question, run it by me. Hey, here's what I've come up with. What do you think about it? I'll be happy to edit it, comment on it. And then now you've got a copy and paste email, and it would go something like, hi, and the system automatically drops it in there. You visited my website recently. I just wanted to reach out to you, see if you had any additional questions. This is a wonderful business, a wonderful lifestyle to give you the freedom, etc. And those are the things that you want to share. Look at some of the follow-up emails that are already crafted in your system. Grab some of that content and then create a nice little one-on-one email that you're going to send to 10 people every day. And then just make it a habit. When you're brand new, you may not have 10 new people every day that have been to your website. I get that. But I'm teaching you tactics, sales tips and tricks that you need to do as you're building your business. Every single day, you should be sending out some one-on-one personal emails to 10 new people you have not communicated with in a while, and bring them back. Drop a link in there to one of the videos. You have the access to all of these great videos. Could be the tax deduction videos for home-based business. Could be one of my videos that I'm explaining the business. Could be the 8-minute overview of the home-based business industry, how it's exploding, and what the level of income that's the opportunity here. That whatever it is, drop a link, open it up, that video, or choose to insert it into that email, and then make sure you're doing that. Every single day, you should be doing something to build your business in the follow-up capacity. The initial sales activity is the placing of the ads, the texting, the setting up the call. But the follow-up is all these people that have drifted away. They need to be contacted as well. And if the automated drip emails that we've set up in there have expired after about 30 days or so, re-engage them, make them start going out again. But additionally, is you need to be sending personal emails out. Hey, just wanted to touch base. Do you have any additional questions? Did you find what you were looking for? Are you happy in your current situation? Or would you like to take a deeper dive into what we do here, to have the freedom and flexibility to work anytime, anywhere, from an internet access and a cell phone? Make sure you're doing this. That makes sense. Any questions about what I'm telling you? The income generating activities of this business must include your follow-up processes. Are there any questions about that?
No.
Okay. All right. So just make sure you're doing it. It's part of, if you have designated your hours of operation to be 2 hours a day, plan your day. What are you going to do today? Are you placing ads? Are you sending text? Are you following up? And in that activity, like I said, to reiterate, before you walk away, it's like one of the last things you do. And all of a sudden you'll start popping these new people that are coming back to you. And then if you'll do it 10 a day, you'll start bringing back people that would never otherwise come back to you. Even the drip emails, they'll get those. Sometimes that'll bring them back. But sometimes a personal email. I just wanted to take a minute and reach out to you personally. You had visited my website. We haven't talked since. Did you find what you were looking for? Are you still looking for a better way to make a living? Are you still looking for freedom and flexibility? Craft one, create it, and copy and paste it, edit it accordingly, and just send them out every single day. If you do, the income generating activities are so simple in this business. Once you've got them down, it's just a matter of doing them on a continual basis. What will generate success for you in your business is persistence and consistency. If you'll find what works and ask me, if you don't know, ask me. I'll tell you and show you. I think I've shared and showed it. I will continue to do so as long as I draw my last breath. I'm going to try to share with you what has been effective and efficient for me. But it's up to you to ask. If it's not working, or you don't know, or you're not sure, and you don't see in my trainings and activities, you've got to take the initiative to ask. Reach out, step up, ask the questions, and it's your responsibility to build it. Okay. Any other questions about anything in our process, in the sales, and the operation of your business?
Yes. The income generating activities, that's your success checklist?
Yes. Oh, income generating activity, yes. The success checklist definitely has part of the income generating activities. And it's telling you, yes, that should be spelled out in there. I'll double check it again. Anybody have it handy? If not, I'll pull it up real quick. I wasn't planning on that, but yes, the success checklist has it laid out for you. That is the blueprint to success. And if there are any questions or anything that you hear me, that's why I do these calls, not only weekly training calls, but that's why I do the initial phone calls with you guys, because I want you to hear how I operate. And I want you to be able to make edits to that success checklist, because I make so many adjustments on the fly. Something I did a week ago is not exactly what I do today. There are basic guidelines, but when I find something that is make improvements and that works better, now I'm doing it on the fly. But I can't always document that and send a new uploaded version over to you, which is why I get on the phone with you and why I make it. I want you to make those adjustments yourself on your scripts, on your checklist. Hey, I don't see that. When we're on the phone together, when a prospect call with you, you should have your script up in front of you, and you should have your success checklist, my blueprint to success in this business. And if there's anything deviating from that, I want you to make notes. Here's obviously he's doing a little different and a better version of. Don't get complacent with what not working. You always want to be improving. That makes sense?
Yes.
Two things always. One of the worst things you could do is go, I got another phone call with a prospect. Ed's going to do the call, so I'll just kick back and do nothing. No. This whole process is that whole reason for it is for me to teach you on the fly and make the adjustments, dictate down what you need to do, and then make it your own. Make this business and your conversation your own. The premise of it, the processes of it, the verbiage of it works for me. All of the, except the verbiage, should be the same. That verbiage, your vocabulary, as we spoke before, may not sound, my words may not sound the way I articulate things, may not be the way that you speak. So it sounds uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable. And the worst thing you could do is sound uncomfortable with a potential prospect because they're looking for something. They're already in a life that is uncomfortable to them. So they're looking for a better way to make a living. And if you sound uncomfortable because you haven't prepared, you haven't adapted your scripts or anything, or adjusted or practiced, you're not going to attract anybody. So let's face it, you're in an attraction business. You want to become the leader they're looking for. You want to have fun and enjoy your life and your business that I'm blessed to enjoy, and I'm trying to teach you how. And when you do, if that the attraction starts happening, people start coming, they realize, they see it in your voice, they see it or they feel it and hear it in your voice and initial calls. They see it when you're on Zoom meetings and having the conversation. It becomes apparent to them. Hope that makes sense.
Yes.
Any other questions? I tell you guys all the time, the only thing holding you back from a lot of money and a lot of success in your business with this business model that we've developed and the tools we provide, the only thing holding you back is you and your lack of preparation. Preparation, repetitiveness is where it gets you really, really comfortable. And it starts to absorb and it starts to become fun. And let's face it, passion sells, excitement sells. People will always want to be a part of something that's going to be life-changing for them. And make no mistake about it, this business model, if you'll do the work and become prepared and good at what you do, will be life-changing for you in a positive way. I don't know that I have anything else, guys. As I said, it's really a struggle for me at this moment with these vocal cords to be able to speak. But I did have some things that I felt were imperative that we needed to cover this week, especially if I'm going to be down for a week recovering. I want you to know the process. I want you to know the activities. I want you to feel comfortable. You've got to do it. And the only way you're going to feel comfortable is to get out and do it. Every one of the activities that will bring you success.
Okay. Yep.
Any final questions before I wrap it up? Does anybody, let me ask you this. I've been giving you both of you off the hook. I tell you what, I'm not going to give you off the hook today. Let's practice the script before I'm down for a week and cannot make those calls for you guys. So, Shannon, last time we put LaShanya up, and I know since Dave and many of the others aren't here today, I would like for you've done, last I heard, you did very well in the script. I would like for you to spend a moment or two. Let's just play the role. And I tell you what, I'm going to take this back off of the screen. I'm going to take the controls back. So I'm just staring at this. So bear with me a moment. I'm going to grab this back from you. Reclaim host. And if it all works well. Okay, so I'm still seeing her screen. LaShawna, there we go. Perfect. It just took time to catch up with itself. All right. So what I want to do, let's role play real quick. You know how we do it? It's very important, guys, that you just get comfortable in having this conversation. So I'm going to say ring, ring. LaShawna, you're going to say hello, and you're going to play the prospect. And here's the fun part, guys. In this role play practice, when you're the prospect, you're playing the role of a prospect. You don't have to say your exact what you did for a living. I want this to be relaxed, guys. You can say I was a butcher. I don't care. Whatever you want to say. Have fun with it when you're the prospect. And hopefully that will lighten the mood on everybody's part. So, LaShawna, be aware if you're comfortable and just want to wing it. I'm a school teacher. I don't care. Just have fun with it. Make it up as you go if you want to. That way it's not stiff and uptight, and that way it makes everybody uncomfortable. And remember, the reason why I do this, guys, is not to make you uncomfortable. It's to get you good, and because that's going to make you successful. So embrace the uncomfortableness, embrace the stress level, and face your fears, man, and push right through that. Because when you do, and you have enough practice and enough actual calls under your belt, man, it's fun. This whole business is fun. So here we go. You guys ready?
Now, hang on. LaShawna's going to be the
Don't
prospect.
be so excited, everybody. My gosh. You look like I'm ready to put a firing squad on your boat. Okay.
You're asking me to hug a cactus, man. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you, and I make you do it because it's uncomfortable. You have to push through the uncomfortable. I get it. So many people, I'll just add on to this. So many people have come and gone in this business and failed because they will not let me role play with them. They will not. I can't. It's too stressful. I can't. You're watching me. I'm on your side. I want you to enjoy what I enjoy in life. And the only way is I wasn't comfortable, but I knew to get what I wanted, the success, the ability to help people change their lives, I had to face it. I had to get comfortable with it, and I had to do it. I fell on my face. I did all the things you're worried about doing, but it doesn't matter. These people, you'll probably never see or hear them ever again. You're touching people around the world, but I do want you to understand, accept the responsibility that you have. Because I told everybody here, when you place an ad, you're going to find broken people all over the world that are looking for something better. So take that responsibility and that privilege very seriously. So prepare. Because you don't want to blow their opportunity that 5 minutes they had with you could have been their one ticket out of whatever life they're in because you didn't prepare, or you're too scared, or whatever to prepare. So really, guys, it's much more than just overcoming fear. You have a tremendous responsibility, but a privilege to help people around the world. For me, I've told you this over and over. It's not about just making money in this business. It's about helping people. It's about doing something you love. It's about freedom and flexibility of your time and of your schedule each and every day. But to do that and to enjoy that and to be able to not have to go back and rely on a paycheck and a job or somebody telling you what to do, you have to face your fears. You have to prepare and overcome them. And it's not as difficult as we all make it. So here we go. All right, I'm going to go ring, ring. LaShawna is going to go hello, and Shannon's going to take it from the top. Let's do it. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello, LaShawna. This is Shannon, and I'm calling you for our scheduled conversation. Is this still a good time?
Yes.
Yes, I texted you before just to make sure. And I'm calling about the business opportunity we talked about where you can make $150,000 to $1 million a year working from home. And you listened to the message. You were interested in it. You gave me the number, and then I'm calling you back today so we can give a little bit more information about it. And I want to share what we do in this industry, what your opportunity is. But first, I'd like to hear a little bit more about you. So what is your professional background?
Well, my background is I was a social worker / educator. I enjoyed doing that for a while, and then it got kind of tiresome and bored and looking to do something else.
I can understand that very well. Man, okay. All right. What are you doing right now?
Right now I'm working from home. I'm doing my own eBay business.
Oh, really? I
Yes.
tried that for a while. I did like it. It's, I don't know, just got to be hassle with the mail. That part I didn't like.
Oh yeah,
Accounts
yeah.
worked well. I just didn't like having to do the mail and the packages. Okay, well, why did you respond to the ad? What is it that you're looking to change right now?
Well, I'm looking to increase my income. I really want to get more money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for, something different, something more of a challenge.
Okay. Are you looking for a job, or you want to own a business of your own?
Well, I definitely want my own business.
Okay, so you want to be the boss. You want to be in charge of your time, your money.
Right.
Okay, I can understand that. That's a good way to be. All right. I like what I hear so far. What's the best email address so I can send you my contact information when we finish talking?
That would be lashanya@gmail.com.
Okay. All right. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about my background and how I think we'll be able to help you. I am a wellness coach for new business owners, and I really like the idea of offering my clients really quality training in the biggest issues that they face, which are taking care of themselves while they're running their business, how to run an online business, and how to utilize social media to grow that business. Those are the biggest topics that are out there right now, and it's the biggest struggle that all the new business owners are facing. So turns out I had known Ed, the founder of this company, for years, and I didn't even know what he did. But when I talked to him about what I wanted to do, turns out that he had been being a mentor and a coach for new business owners for 14 years in these exact same areas. So the fact that he had developed a plug and play business that anyone could plug into and follow and succeed, and that he was interested in coaching and mentoring people, that was just no brainer for me. It was just a perfect match. So we both want to work with people who are coachable, that have big goals, that have high integrity, and that have a real strong drive to succeed. So it just, like I said, it just came all together. Now, the big difference was that I had had my own business before, and I'd had a business coach, but I had never had a business coach offer me coaching as part of the deal. I wound up paying like $8,000 a year for my coach. And when I talked to Ed, he's like, "Oh no, that's included." I'm like, "What do you mean it's included?" It's included. When you buy that product package, you get your coaching, your mentoring, it's all rolled in the same. I was like, wow, okay. So we did that. And as he said, this is a true plug and play business. Anybody that can make a phone call, send a text, talk on the phone to someone who's asked you to call them can do well in this business. And we're all independent business owners. He's not my boss. I'm not his boss. We just work together. We collaborate. And so do all the new owners. So we work together to help each other succeed. And that's another thing that new business owners have a problem with, is you're trying to do it alone. So what I really loved about working with Ed is I've got a team supporting me. I've got other business owners. I've got Ed doing mentoring. I've got people helping in the back office. It's just, I didn't have to do it alone. And that's what I really liked about it. And just to kind of focus it in a little bit, we do the e-learning or online education industry, which is a $250 billion industry, and it's growing every day, especially with COVID. The distance learning that the kids are having right now, doing all their school online, that started happening, a decade ago, and Ed saw that it was going to be a big deal, and that was where he invested the money and created the opportunity. Was he set it up so that we've got online education in the top 3 researched topics in all the world, and all you have to do as a business owner is come in, purchase the product package that you like, you get the mentoring on it, and then we can offer this product to whoever. You can sell it to your individual clients, you can do a business broker sort of thing, you can do lots of things with it. Anyway, it's everything, as you can tell, is very high demand, especially with COVID. I think all the demand has tripled since COVID started a couple of months ago, and it was already expected to be booming. Have you ever owned a business before?
Yes, I have. I've owned an eBay business before.
Okay. Other than the eBay business? So that like brick and mortar business or anything like that?
No, nothing brick and mortar.
Okay. All right. Smart. You don't want to have to pay that overhead. Okay. Well, basically we have the tools, the systems, and the processes to bring customers from this market, customers who are looking to start their own business, who want to work from home, want to work online, where we've got the tools and systems to bring those customers to you and then help you sell products to them and also support them in their growth. So when you find a business that you like, do you have 10 to 15 hours a week to devote to building that business?
Yes, I do.
Okay, because I just want to be sure, because it is a business. It takes time, it takes effort. But if you've got as little as 10 to 15 hours a week in your current free time, you can be making money during those hours.
Right.
All right. Now we only choose 5 people a month to work with because we want to focus on that mentoring, and we don't want to do a cattle call. And we're also very picky about who we work with. We don't want to work with just anyone. We're looking for a certain type of person. We're looking for big thinkers, and we're looking for people that are coachable. So would you consider yourself coachable?
Yes, I do.
Coachable, teachable. Okay. And we're looking for big thinkers. So how much money would you like, in the ideal world, how much money would you make per month in your new business?
Oh, ideally, I'd love to make at least $5,000 a month.
Okay. All right. That's definitely doable. All right. Well, I like what I hear so far. And you gave me the email address already, so I know how to send that information to you. And what I'd like to do next is first of all, you've heard the spiel, you've heard about the systems, and as a business owner, we've got the systems in place. So is this something that you would be interested in doing, in creating a business for?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Next step is I need to give you more information. So let me send you an email. You gave me your email already. Let me make sure that's correct. It's lashanya@gmail.com.
That's correct.
Lashanya. Okay, I'm gonna verify spelling. All right. What I'd like to do is I'll send you an email, and in that email you will have a link to the website. The website, you'll go to that. It'll have a landing page. You'll fill out some information, and it'll say Learn More. So you'll click that button, and it will drop you into the website. And once you get in there, you've got 3 different videos you can look at. It's going to talk to you about the history of the company, what the background is, and what we offer, as well as a quick preview of the actual products, the actual training courses that are offered. So I'm going to send that to you. And how soon do you think you might be able to view those videos?
I can probably do it tonight.
Okay. All right. Good answer. All right. We are looking for motivated people, so that is the right answer. Typically, we like to give a tour. Once you've had a chance to look at the videos, if you're still interested and you would like to find out more, we don't want to just send you to a website. We want to give you a personal tour, and we want to see you face to face. So we set up a Zoom meeting. That way you can meet me, you can meet the founder of the business. What we'll do is we'll show you a screenshot of the actual systems that we use. We'll show you how they work, how they bring customers to you 24 hours while you sleep, how that funnel works. That's in sales, we call it a funnel. So how it brings the customers to you, so you don't have to go out looking for them. We'll show you how that works. We have a couple of different systems, and we'll allow you to ask any questions that you have. So I have 2 opportunities. Let's see, I've got two spots tomorrow. Let's see, I've got a noon and I have a 3 p.m. Would one of those times work for you? Or which one of those times would work for you?
I can do the 3 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Have you done Zoom meetings before?
Yes, I have.
Okay, good deal. Because we want to do the screen share with you. So if you can be at a computer and you can log in, and you can see the screens and read them, and we'll be able to move on. Excellent. Okay. Well, in that case, let me go ahead and get that ready so I can send you the email. I'll send you first the one with the link to the website. And then the second one I'll send you is going to be the one to the Zoom invite. And
okay.
We'll give you that info, let you have a chance to check it out, and we'll talk later.
All right. Thank you.
That work? Awesome. Okay, cool deal. I'll send you those emails in just about 15 minutes.
All right.
All right. Have a good day.
All right. You too.
All right. First of all, Shannon, that was awesome. That was all. Wait, look. I love your professionalism. That was awesome. I've got some things. One thing, let me go from the bottom, the last thing backwards, because I really want you to, example, at the end, make sure you let them know. What if that email doesn't show up? In the early days, one thing I found over and over again, you get to a Zoom meeting, you get to a follow-up or whatever, you get to a follow-up call. I never got the email. Now everybody's wasted their time. Make sure one of the last things you say is, this is my home office. Do you have caller ID? Right. Take notes, guys, on what I'm telling you right now. One of the last things you want to say to that person. Do you have caller ID? Everybody does, but just confirm. I've had some older people that still don't have caller ID. So just say, hey, do you have caller ID? I want you to know that's my number, direct line number, whatever your situation. It's my direct line number. If for any reason those emails don't show up in your inbox or spam folder in the next 20 minutes or whatever it's going to be, guys, use your time wisely. Tell them if you're not going to get to it for half an hour or an hour, insert whatever. Make sure you tell them, hey, that's my number. Call me back. I'll resend them. That's the first thing. Okay. Secondly, Shannon, great job, professional sounding, but slow down. You've got to make sure. Let's face it. I'm from Texas, and LaShanya, for example, is from Georgia. Yes, you're from Texas, but you and I don't always talk like it. My point of the mention is make sure you adapt to the person that you're communicating with. Slow down to the pace and speed. You'll hear me from time to time. I have to catch myself because when my voice is correct and I'm in check, I'm talking very professionally, and sometimes my speed, I get out of control. I have to, but my point is, try to, when you'll hear me adjust to the speed sometimes of the person that answers the phone. Your potential client is very important. Otherwise, you're going, they're going, whoa, get me off the phone. I can't stand hearing that person. So first comment, make sure you adapt to the person that answers that phone, your new potential client. Talk at their speed, or at least at a speed that doesn't blow them off the phone and want to get off the phone from you. Secondly, but I mean, I love what you were doing. I love your twist on it. Guys, I want you to understand something. Superior Home Business Consultants, SHBC, our intention as a company is to make it a franchisable business opportunity for you. And you did a good twist on it, Shannon. You were doing some things and saying some things that you inserted in the script that I didn't put there that are very impressive to me. I want you to all understand. Think about it from a true franchise standpoint. If you went out and bought a McDonald's franchise, you went out and bought a Subway franchise or whatever, you're going to have a company name. Yours may be LaShanya Incorporated or whatever, but you're going to own a McDonald's franchise. And when you file your taxes, it's going to be under LaShanya Incorporated, whatever, not under McDonald's, because SHBC is the front company. And that was truly my vision. And it has become more every single month that what you said, I want you guys to know you have a company that has set out and saw an opportunity and captured that opportunity and has tweaked the systems and tools and automation and will continue to do so each and every month for you, new business owners, entrepreneurs around the world. And you have tied into a legacy of a company going on 15 years now. And that's powerful, especially when you're a brand new business owner and you're just stepping into a situation. What legitimacy do you have that your potential client's going to want to know? And so you have that ability to tie in and say you're part of an organization that is really laying the groundwork when it comes to e-learning, home-based business industry, and is really putting it out there for a plug-and-play, turnkey, franchise-style business. Do we have the best tools in the world? Nobody will ever. But I will continue to look for and try to bring the most cost-effective tools to the table, and will continually elevate my game. And as each and every one of you elevate in your experience in your businesses, I will bring tools to the table that are obviously more costly, but give you more professionalism, that go down through the gamut of things. But point is, I want you to all to develop that thought that you're not just somebody out there trying to make it. You have come in and bought into a system and a company and a legacy and people that care about everybody, not just you and not just about your money. We care about everybody that aspires to be entrepreneurs around the world. And we're going to provide that opportunity and the legacy to go along with it. And I want you to be able to communicate that effectively to people so they're not wondering, this is just another one of those. No, we're not. That is the opposite, polar opposite of why I started this company. I wanted to be different. I wanted people to have a better opportunity. That's exactly what we're doing. And if you'll wrap your head around that and have that confident feeling of you just tapped into a McDonald's franchise opportunity or whatever, name it, fill in the blank of a company that cares or should, and is going to provide you every opportunity to advance and to be the most that you can be. That's when it gets good. And that's what really intrigued me, Shannon, about your presentation this time, if you will, is you've incorporated that already. So I want everybody on this call, I want everybody that ever hears this call to understand the mission, the vision that I have, and to tap into it and put it in your conversation. That will give people more confidence in you. And I'll say it every time I talk to somebody about the legacy, about the tenure of the company and why we're different. And that's what people need to hear. They need to know that there's something real, there's substance, and a company that cares about the future of them. Mm-hmm. And so well done on that. Speed, adapt to the potential client. Okay. And also wrap your head around this while I'm on that thought. If you're following the business as I do, and my mission is to be a business consultant. I'm a business broker, business consultant. And so don't get caught up in the different things or that veer off from. I'm going to start doing a better job in every prospect or potential client conversation I have to explain that fact. We're giving you an opportunity to become a business broker, a business consultant with people around the world and teach them and show them and help them to become the best entrepreneurs they can possibly be. And it's not just you doing it. You've got systems and tools and automation in place to make that happen for themselves. They need to bring a good work ethic. They need to be able to bring 2 to 3 hours a day minimum to devote to building that lifestyle and future of their own. And if they'll do that, and they'll follow the proven system you're going to provide and the tools like we are providing, then it'll happen. So get used to that thought process and communicate that effectively, and that will differentiate you from any other online business opportunity that's out there. And that's really the difference maker. When you can elevate and when you can make a difference and let them know the division, the difference that you're trying to differentiate yourself from the pack, from all these other MLMs and so-called nonsense and aren't money makers. And all those people really do is care about getting your money and they're gone. When you can effectively and efficiently communicate that, how we're different, there's the sale. That's what people really need to see and hear. So make it a part of your belief system and communicate it effectively, chart it down in your script and make sure you're communicating that like Shannon so eloquently did just now. It really was a pleasure to hear that. I have to take the responsibility as a leader. I haven't effectively communicated that to everybody I've ever worked with because it's evolving. I'm constantly evolving. And that's one thing about being a visionary and about being an entrepreneur is that you're evolving in your vision and that you picked up on of the dream and of the vision and ran with it. And so I'm proud of you for that. Watch your speed, adapt accordingly. Make sure that you're making it about them and their opportunity. Don't get so caught up in the just running information down their throat. Right. If you just run information down their throat, they're not getting anything out of that. And you don't differentiate yourself from everybody else. Remember, if they've answered your ad, they've answered a dozen others. And you have to differentiate. Don't be one of them, a script reader, a person that's shoving the information. Are you in? Are you in? Is your checkbook here? You ready? That nonsense will not get you anywhere long term.
Can you give me an example of how I could have differentiated with LaShanya?
Pause. Take pauses, take breaks, take slow. One of the biggest things that people don't realize, and when you're uncomfortable, it happens even more than ever, is silence is okay. Dead air is okay. Take a pause to allow to bring them in. You want to bring them into your conversation to hear what you're saying. If you're not, and you're going, yeah, we're this and we're this and we're this and we're this and we're this, they're not, they're going like this. So take a breath, bring them back in, ask a question. That's why you hear me say things like that. Does that make sense? That whatever. I want some feedback. Speakers will tell you you need feedback to make sure they're still listening. They haven't gone up, set the phone down, and you're just rambling on. So how? Take a pause, ask a question, make sure they're still engaged. Okay. Slow down, have some dead air every now and then, take a breath. It's okay. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There it is. Got the feedback. And so, yeah, that will keep everybody awake and engaged in the communication process. And so make sure you do that. Get better at that. You sound great, but make sure you're just not a reader. Ba, 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 ba. Mm-hmm. You sound professional at what you're doing and saying, mm-hmm. but it makes sure it's not, they feel that you care and it's about them.
Right. Okay.
You're just not a presenter and then, okay, hand out, pass the plate. Where's your money?
Right.
Other notes that I took. No pressure. Don't forget, guys, when I'm talking about it, I'm setting up that step 2 conversation. The step 2 follow-up Q&A Zoom meeting, behind the scenes tour. And I call it that for a reason. I want them to understand. We're going to pull back the pages. We're going to show you the curtains. We're going to show you behind the scenes. What do you do? A day in the life of a business owner here. They need to know that. Otherwise, they're scared, they're intimidated, and they won't show up to that step 2. It's your job to effectively communicate. This is a simple behind the scenes tour. We want to show you what it's like to be a day in the life of a business owner, an online business owner here with SHBC. Mm-hmm. And we'll show you the tools, the simplicity. And if you've got somebody that's really doesn't have a professional background, but yet they do, they're a hard worker, you feel like they can communicate effectively, you may want to say, this business is pretty simple. It's if you can send a text, if you can call somebody back who's asked you to call them and send them an email with your website, you could do pretty well in this business. But back to what I was saying, when you're setting up that step 2 follow-up Q&A tour, you'll want to make sure that you tell them, hey, in this tour, we're going to get your questions answered. We're going to show you what we do. And then you'll decide. By that time, you'll know if it's a right fit for you. We'll know if you showed up, you've done everything you said, the integrity level will be there. And then you can make a decision. We both can make a decision if it's a right fit here. I want you to be aware, we're not going to try to pressure you, not looking to get your money, close a sale. We want to be tour guides in the business to let you make an effective and efficient business decision for yourself. Is that fair enough, Shannon? Is that whatever? Get them to respond to that and say, yeah, because if you do that, I promise you, they're going to go, oh, okay. Otherwise, what you're going to get is people no show, because they're scared. They think you get them back on the phone again. You're going to say, okay, get out your credit card. I need your money right now. And that's the feeling they have. You're trying to get in their pocketbook. So you have to set this up, this step 2. Follow-up Q&A behind the scenes tour. You have to set it up, call it what it is, let them know there's no pressure involved. We're going to give you the information. And if they don't have the professional background that we talked about, they've never been a business owner, it's your job to money qualify them and make sure you're not wasting your time or my time or anybody else's time or their time, because they're not have a clue anyway. And the way you money qualify them is if you've asked the questions that are on your script and you know that they've got a professional background, and they didn't say, I've owned a business, whatever, and now you had to ask the question, yes, have you ever owned a business before? And you found that information out. Now, before you set up that Q&A, you're going to have to ask them the money qualifier. And the way I do it is pretty simple, no pressure. Hey, let me ask you, when you find a business that you like, have you set any money aside? You said you're looking for a business. Have you set any money aside to get that business started? Or do you have access to resources or able to be financed for that little bit of startup capital? You've got to get comfortable at doing that. Otherwise, you will be so frustrated and wasting your time down through the days of people not showing up and you wonder why. But back to what I was saying is you didn't cover that. You wanted to make sure you set it up and give them at ease. They're expecting you to try to ask for their credit card. That's the last thing you want to do. You're here to be a tour guide. Wrap your head around that. You're here to qualify people and find out who's really capable of being an entrepreneur. Do they have the background? Can they speak effectively? Can they communicate efficiently? Do they have a professional background? Do they have the money to be able to, and how you find that is what have they done in their life? That's why I tell you the ideal client in your business is typically age 30 to 65. The perfect client is a current or traditional or previous brick and mortar business owner, because they understand what it is to work hard to build a business. They understand what it's like to dump $150,000, $200,000, $500,000. If they bought a franchise, they probably put in $750,000 or more to build a franchise. And what they do, they bought themselves a job, 80 hours a week for very little money for its first 2 years. Point is, if you communicate all of these things effectively. I'm sorry, what? What'd you say? I missed it. I was talking. I talked over you.
I know. I have to that's why I'm raising my hand. I had a question on the business qualifier, because if we are okay, we're doing our phone call. This is the initial conversation. This is just the interview conversation.
Right.
So what if we're getting in through there, and I think we had talked about this before. If I get through there and I found out this is a lady who just got out of a horrible relationship, she's dead broke, she's got no experience whatsoever, what do you do with that? I obviously don't want to schedule a book a Zoom.
Book, right. Step 2, Q&A.
So that one, I just send her the website and say, hey, if you want to find information, if you're interested, my number now.
Okay, yeah. Here's the transition out of that situation.
That's where I need help.
Got somebody that is absolutely no way they're going to, you can just tell by the conversation, which is why I give you the script and the questions to be able to extract information and qualify them. If you're at a point you realize we're all wasting our time here, this person is going to be, but you don't discount anybody. You want to give them an opportunity to get to the website, receive the information, and who knows what may spark in their head to say, you know what, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to figure out a way. Because ultimately, guys, that's what this is about. Becoming an entrepreneur is having faith and deciding that what I am currently doing in my current life, I'm tired of. And I'm at a point where I will not continue to accept where I am in life. And so the way you transition is to simply say, man, it was a pleasure meeting you today. Here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to get you an email to get to my website. We've got the videos, and you lay it out like you normally do. And then say, what I want you to do is watch the videos, and I want you to reach out to me if you'd like more information, because our next step is we'll schedule a Zoom meeting, 20-minute behind-the-scenes tour. We'll show you exactly how simple the business can be. But I want to make sure you're fully invested and understand what we do here and have a further interest. Fair enough? Then you get a response, whatever you do, to say, does that sound like a plan to you? And then make sure they have your phone number, make sure you have their email, make sure you know and they know how to communicate with you the most effective manner, and then let them go and send them that follow-up email. See if they go to your website. If they do, you send them to your capture page. You'll get an email from the system saying they were there. They'll now be in your database. But that's how you transition. Just very quickly, very easily. Remember, guys, you're the CEO of your own company here. You're simply communicating effectively. Those that aren't cut out for it, you quietly give them your information, the website information, dismiss them, and move on. You're sorting through people every day. That's what our business is to sort through and find the proper people who could be clients in your business to be able to assist them to build a business, which is a consulting business, broker business that is awesome. And it's amazing. It's touching lives worldwide. But that's how you get there. Just be effective and efficient in what you communicate. And then the light bulb needs to go on after you've asked the right questions, or they may be a good potential client, and you either step this way or step this way.
And if they're middle of the road?
What's that?
And if they're middle of the road, if you're like, I don't think they will.
Use your judgment, and it only comes with repetitive calls and opportunities and experiences with people. That's why it's so effective, so important and imperative that you get out there and do these things as quickly as possible, because you're learning to read. You're not just waiting on me to read, you're learning to read yourself, and you'll discern. And how you do it, a lot of times, you'll waste your time enough by scheduling that step 2 call, and they don't show. And they didn't give you a heads up. And you're going, what am I doing? I've got to get better at reading people and just having a conversation and asking the questions. And then you'll realize what worked last time. All of a sudden, you've got a new client. They love what they saw. They love the tenure and legacy of the company, the automation, the industry. They realize these are two of the largest industries in the world. And now here's somebody willing to help you. That's all part of the package. They're just purchasing your product. Then that makes sense. And those people will step forward. Those that don't, you cannot. I learned a long time ago. Though I want to help every person on this planet, I can't. They don't have success in life and in business is right here between your ears. And it's going to take adjustment, a shift in your head to realize that you've got to grow personally. Your personal development or personal growth has to change and be willing to take risks. That's like I talked about initially, the script and doing it and making your role play. I've got to force you in and out of your comfort zone, or you do. And I'm going to do my part of it. You either will and you'll do it, or you'll withdraw and you'll get stuck and eventually go back to what you were doing before and you were miserable. And I hope that never happens. But if I don't, as a mentor, as a leader, as a coach, if I don't stretch you, you know, if you've ever played sports in your life, like I did for many, many, many years, year round, you would never advance and never get better if your coach said, go sit in the bleachers, don't worry about it. So I will never do that either. I'm going to put you out there and I'm going to make you do the things. I don't make you do anything. You either will or you won't. You'll go and stretch it and become successful or not. It's no matter what you are, what stage you are in life, it's right here. When you're ready to change, lock arms with people who want to help you and make it happen. All right. Any other questions? And we'll wrap this thing up.
Did you want me to send the new daily, weekly checklist to you?
Yes, please. Yeah,
Okay.
Let me review that. And by the way, I appreciate that. I assume you got it finalized? Did you want to share that with us on the screen?
I did tweak it a little bit. Let's see.
Okay, no problem. Well, what she's referring to is that Shannon stepped up. And guys, I want you to understand, this entrepreneurial team is just that. It's a team. I want people to take the initiative. She saw something that I had out there, a document that was working, said, I think I might be able to tweak this and help and make it more effective in what we do. And I'm all for that. One of the things as you become further in your business and become more experienced, it becomes harder to see the forest for the trees because you're like, well, this is like second nature to me. I know that, but you've got to remember to back up. It's not second nature to everybody else. So she's taken the initiative to tweak the document and make it more effective for a newbie. And I appreciate that. I want everybody to be approach me and this company to say, hey, I think I've got some ideas that could benefit everyone much better. And man, I'm all for that. That's what team's all about. So thank you for that, Shannon. If you'll get that out there, I'll share it with the team, just like you shared another document previously. And if it works better for you, let's talk about it. Any other questions or comments or anything else? All right, guys, you know what you got to do it and this is a dream lifestyle. Yes, it's uncomfortable at first. Yes, it takes some additional work, especially if you're working at JOB and building your business on the side. But I promise you, if you will put in the work, not just lip service that you are, but actually do the work, I promise you, you're going to break through. And once you break through and you realize what just worked and the sales start coming and you start emulating them, it becomes really a blessed life. And so I want you to know it's not easy, but once you put in the work, it is, because now it's just repetition and you're enjoying it. It's no longer hard to you because you did the work up front. You constantly listen, you impart, you implement, you let yourself be coachable and learn, and you get out there like Shannon's doing, and you make suggestions and part of the team and help build. We're all about it, man. To be successful in life and in business, you've got to put smart people around you. And I guarantee you, I'm not the brightest bulb in the pack, but I've got some experience like no other. And I'm willing to impart that into everybody and anybody that wants to be a part of it. I'm looking for smarter people than to be able to say, hey, I've got some ideas, here they are, and let's run them by each other. All right? Guys, I've enjoyed it, man. I thoroughly enjoy it. As you know, as I just said, I'm going to be down for a while, for about 5 to 7 days, but I'm going to get this voice fixed. like it used to and should be. I'm not doing anybody any justice when we get a brand new client on the phone and the guy that's talking is having difficulties. It is physically exhausting to try to speak. And I'm going to get that corrected for you and everybody I get an opportunity. Because like you, like I said a minute ago, this is an awesome responsibility and opportunity to touch lives. I take it very seriously. I don't want to go under the knife. I don't want to get operated on. I've had so many, I can't even remember. But it's something I need to do to not blow that next opportunity where somebody responds to my ad. It says, help me. I'm looking for a better way. So I'm going to do that Tuesday. I'll be recovering for 5 to 7 days, Lord willing. I'll be back on my game and helping everybody very quickly. All right, guys. Have a good one. Do what you need. You know how to communicate with me. I'm always here for you. You guys have a fantastic week. God bless you.
All right. Thank you.
You got it.